Hi, I'm Alex from the Mosaic Work Studios, challenging idea from software development in a series called Raise the Bar. A few days ago, I posted on Twitter a series of statements starting from a disappointment in our industry. This series has created an interesting conversation over Twitter, and I decided to expand on a few ideas. I would like to thank everyone who contributed to this conversation, um, both people who supported the ideas and people who challenged it, because what better way do we have to test ideas other than to throw them out there and see if smart people agree with them? The first statement I'd like to address is that programming is a deeply humanistic activity. I was surprised to see a misunderstanding surrounding this idea, and I like to discuss it so that we can put it aside. This statement does not mean that it's enough to study humanities in order to be a good programmer. Of course, you need to understand and you need to know programming in order to be a good programmer. It's not enough to just know psychology, how to communicate with people, or literature, unless you are Chuck Norris. Of course, you need a strong programming background and a passion for technology and for making things work. So it's indisputable that programmers must know programming. What I am saying though is that programming is much more of a humanistic activity than most programmers imagine. And let me explain by providing a few examples. First of all, we rarely program just for the sake of programming. Most of us are paid to program applications that serve people. Understanding those people leads to a much more fulfilling experience as a programmer. This is something I can tell from my own experience. Whenever I saw people using something that I built and that helped them, it was much nicer for me. Therefore, the whole reason of programming is humanistic in nature. We are writing code to help people. Second, programming languages are a medium of communication. It used to be that we were very constrained by the technology. This was our first problem as programmers, as an industry. We had to write code that the computer would understand. We don't have this problem anymore today. Most of the time, what we are doing is writing code that needs to communicate the knowledge that we have there to future you, to your colleagues, and to your future colleagues. Therefore, you are at the same time a technologist and a writer, and the writing part takes a big part of your work as a programmer. You don't only help the users of an application, you also help your colleagues by writing code and by structuring it in a certain way. Third, most of programming is about naming things. Everything from your program is a name given by a programmer. Maybe it was the language designer, maybe it was the library developer, maybe it was the framework developer or the OS developer. But everything you have in code is a name given by a programmer, and we know that good names are very important for us to understand and to understand the code and to help us learn more from the existing code. But naming things properly requires a mastery of words. Therefore, it requires a deep understanding of human written communication. So how do you get this mastery? It turns out that you can get it through means that are mostly humanistic: studying a dictionary, writing articles, blog posts, writing books, taking handwritten notes. Each of these activities are fundamentally humanistic, and they will help you become a better programmer. Therefore, this is a third reason for which programming, as you can see, has deeply humanistic roots. It connects to uh, this idea of humanities and to the other sciences surrounding humanities. So these are three reasons why programming is a deeply humanistic activity. We program for people, we write code that has to be understood by people, and mastering written communication helps us get better as programmers. And that's not it. That's not all. I can give you more examples on similarities between how developing a software application is a lot like producing a TV series, or by how software design compares to other design disciplines, which are very humanistic in nature, or by thinking about how to apply usability principles to software design. But I will leave those for future videos. For now, I hope I made my case. Programming is a deeply humanistic activity. This doesn't mean that we only have to know communication, philosophy, and literature. Of course, we need to know programming. Of course, we need to understand technology. But it's worth thinking about the humanistic aspects when you are writing your code because they will make you a better programmer. So I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to invite you to watch the other videos from our channel. And until next time, don't forget to think, design, and work smart.